seen it with my own eyes. He can't keep anything to himself.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual comfort?
Go away, don't tell me.
Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos, or donate some gold for his church?
That's not what my husband thinks.
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought. You have more than 100 gold pieces. The Lord says, give if you have. The church accepts your generous donation. I bless you in the name of Enos, for he is light and righteousness.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good. Then you will probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Enos, won't you?
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
But I have already given you my blessing, my son. Go with Enos, my son.
He simply talks too much.
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains. We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Enos.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic, but the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
These are bad times.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins and support the citizens with my advice and with helpful words. Particularly in these difficult times, it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I need to talk to the paladins. Can you help me get to them?
Take care of everything
well,
for everybody.
You need access to the upper end of town. However, this is allowed only to citizens and the city guard. And, of course, to us, magicians of fire.
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians. However, the path to acceptance is long and full of work and study.
Really, how interesting.
Tell me about Enos.
Enos, our almighty Lord, is the light and the fire. He chooses humans to be his tool, giving them magic and laws. We act in his name. We administer justice according to his will and preach his word.
Really? How interesting. Honestly, I witnessed it myself. He had better shut up. He can't keep anything to himself.
I'm Zurus, master of potions. Do you need an essence of healing or a magic elixir? Then you've come to the right place.
Everybody knows.
Do you brew your own potions?
No, I either get them from the monastery or I buy them from Constantino, the alchemist. If you're interested in brewing potions, then talk to him. He needs an assistant, but he's too pig-headed to hire someone himself. He's just as stubborn as a mule. He always passes me when he goes out on the east gate to collect plants for his potions.
Really?
Where exactly does Constantino gather his herbs?
He always goes through the eastern city gate here, and then disappears into the wilderness to the left. He once told me that just about everything grows there, except for King Sorrel.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Has Constantino ever told you where to find King Sorrel?
I once heard him say that the stuff grows near stone circles. Near Lobart's farm. That's a farm near the other gate. There's one of those stone circles. I think it's on a hill. It used to be a grave or something.
Don't tell me that. That's not what my husband thinks. And he works all day, too, isn't it? Someone's got to do the work. I witnessed it myself.
general situation, the forests and wilderness near the city are to be avoided for your own protection. Furthermore, any contact with the rebelling peasantry in the surrounding areas is strictly forbidden.
How's your duty?
Oh, these boys swing their swords like farmers, but when I'm done with them, every single one of them will be a tough, hard bastard.
Can you also train me in sword fighting?
Lord Andre has ordered that we train everyone who is in a position to defend the city. But that's only true for combat training. All other kinds of training are reserved for the militia. Can you at least halfway handle a weapon?
I think so.
All right. You can start when you're ready.
What are the advantages of one- or two-handed weapons?
Quite simple. With a one-handed weapon, you're faster. That can be a considerable advantage in battle. Two-handed weapons are more ponderous. You have to fight with foresight, but you can do a lot more damage when you're hit.
Where should I start, with one-handed or two-handed weapons?
That's entirely up to you. If you specialize in only one type of weapon, you automatically learn the other at the same time. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. In that case, the training is more exhausting than if you train with both types of weapons. Just start and you'll soon see what I'm talking about.
What's it like with the militia?
Lord Andre is our commander now. The militia used to report to the governor. He had no idea what we do here. But Lord Andre knows what he's doing. He takes good care of the men. Everyone who starts here gets some decent armor and a good weapon. And there are bonuses if you've done a good job. He pays a bounty for every criminal captured.
I want to join the militia.
So, are you a citizen of the town?
No.
Then Lord Andre won't take you. Sure, you can talk to him, but I don't think he'll make an exception for you.
Let's begin with the training.
From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join the royal militia.
He can't keep anything to himself. You don't say.
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Too long, I should say.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking for.
I won't tell her a thing from now on. These are bad.
You said that you've got what I need. Does that include information?
That's not what
But of course, what is it you want to know?
too much. That's not what my husband said. Everybody knows by now.
Are there any other traders here at the harbor?
If you keep to the left at the quay, you'll find Helvor, my husband. He sells fish. On the other side, there's Brahim, the cartographer.
Honestly, I won't tell myself.
Do you know anyone from the upper quarter?
Tell this to Alice.
If I knew anyone up there, I wouldn't be standing here, my boy.
These are bad times.
What interesting things are there to see around the harbor?
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Cardiff's Inn at the quay. There's always something brewing there. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there will certainly draw your attention to it. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That one's really worth seeing.
That's not what
You'll find it if you keep left at the key and then pass under the high rock face.
Really? How interesting.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You could say so. It wasn't that long ago. A thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower part of the city. Of course, the militia came here way too late, like always. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor, and he was gone.
That's not what my husband thinks. That's terrible. These are bad times.
Hey, I don't know you. What do you want here? Are you headed for the tavern?
Someone's got to do the work. That's what I've always said.
Someone's got to do
Yes, do you mind?
You've got no business here,
I
Ruck.
haven't seen it with my own eyes.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Calm down. All I want to do is drink a beer.
Okay, but it'll cost you 50 gold pieces to get in.
He better shut up.
Forget it. You won't get a single coin.
Then I'll take everything you have.
That's an
As
open...
soon as you're lying on the ground in front of me.
Someone's got to do the work.
Help is sweet.
He says things like that.
Give him what for?
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Hit him!
Give him what for?
Someone's got to
Show him!
Let him have it.
Not bad at all.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
These are bad times.
That's what I've always said. He better shut up.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Hey,
Terrible.
Zatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Buttress? You must have made a lasting impression on him.
I won't tell her.
Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't have volunteered my name. Especially not since the matter with those missing people still hasn't been resolved. Tell me what you need.
Terrible.
He had better shut up.
So what's your business with Zatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you see.
What kind of an agreement?
We work for them, and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it?
Zatras told me about it.
You might have mentioned that right away.
He simply talks too much.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the paladins, we operate in the background. The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Corinus. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure.
That's not what I heard.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not lies with the water mages alone.
I don't believe that.
What did you do to impress the water mages?
I protected them for a long time when we were still living with the barrier.
Not what I heard.
And they have plenty of reason to be grateful to me.
Take care of everything for everybody.
What's it like to belong to the Ring?
We are very different from the usual communities you can join here in Corinus. Once you're one of us, we're not going to ask anything of you that you are not ready to do. The only thing we truly require of you is to keep quiet. We work in secret and do not want to let outsiders know who our members are. We shall keep an eye on you. Everything else remains to be seen.
I see.
You can't keep anything to yourself.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Zatras said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
If I hadn't seen it with my own
The militia.
Yes, I can imagine you'd like that, eh? Read the law to other people while you're pocketing their purses. The Paladins have set up their provisions store by the harbor. Their provisions master is a good friend of mine. Maybe he can do something for you. His name is Martin.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you. He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me, as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
And it works all day, too.
I can take the ornament there for you.
That's your secret.
I think I'd better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment. I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I'm doing what we all do. I fulfilled the tasks the water mages give me. Some of the missing people were fishermen. They disappeared along with their boats. That's why I'm standing here, watching the harbor. Maybe something will happen yet. But you could help me. Listen, I shall give you my aquamarine ring. It signifies that the bearer belongs to the ring of water. If you wear my ring, the rest of us will know that you're acting on my behalf. Get someone to take over my duties so that I can take the ornament back. One of us is always keeping an eye on the marketplace, but I don't know whose turn it is. You had better go talk to all those standing around there. Once the right man sees my aquamarine ring on you, he will let you know. Tell him to see to it that somebody else takes over here at the harbor.
Who says things like that?
About those missing people.
These are bad times.
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Corinthus. One day he simply didn't return. At first we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
These are bad times.
Teach me something.
These are bad times.
Good. Your strength has increased.
Too much.
All right, you win. What do you want?
These are bad times.
You know your way about the harbor, don't you?
Sure thing.
Terrible.
Why?
What kind of rumors are floating about?
Around here, we don't like people who ask too many questions. Especially not if they're strangers.
Why don't I see any militia?
They don't dare come in here. We take care of things ourselves.
Who says things like that?
How's the shipping traffic?
The only ship that's come here recently is the Paladin ship. It's over there behind the rocky ridge to the southwest.
How are things?
If you want something to drink, you'll have to order it.
I bet you overhear a lot of things.
So what's that to you?
I've always got an open ear for news.
Have you got your purse open then? Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
I'll give you no more than 5 for your information.
What? 5 gold pieces? Are you trying to ruin me? Let's make it 7.
No, it doesn't work that way. Let's say 6.
You're a scoundrel, you know that? Well, if you insist, let's say 6 gold pieces for each piece of information.
Give me something to drink.
Where you going? No matter what your plans are, there'll be plenty of time later. You're right in front of the Pearl of Corinus, the Red Lantern. This is the most beautiful brothel in all of Mirtana, damn it. Sailors from the most remote corners of the world dock here just to spend a few nights in the Red Lantern. And now, it's you who has the chance, nay, the honor of spending a night with Nadia, the most passionate flower of the gods. Come on in, and you're going to experience what others cannot even dream of.
Works already, too. That's what I've always said. Don't tell this to anyone.
Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here, fresh from the depths of the sea.
Can you tell me something about those missing people?
Missing people? This is a harbor, pal. Things like that are bound to happen. The sea is treacherous and bound to claim a life now and then. Captains of large vessels will always find a new sailor in a large seaport such as Corinus to complete their cruise. And if they don't find any volunteers, some people may get dragged off against their will, and then they're gone.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Are you missing someone?
Really?
Me? No.
Do you know of anyone who's gone missing?
No idea. Ask the shipbuilders.
What ship would that have been?
Good question. Not many ships have come into Corinus lately. That's true.
And he works all day, too.
Show me your fish.
You can't do that. He'd better shut up.
You mustn't believe everything you hear. Know that.
The path of virtue is long and rocky. Unfair punishment.
For that is the will of Innos.
Hey, you have no business over here. Only paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
What's up here, then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the paladin stuff goes astray, and you're not wanted here. So keep your hands to yourself, or I'll chop 'em off.
Dolores sent me. He said you could help me.
So? He did? Then fire away. What do you want from me?
I want to join the militia.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? We don't just take on ragbags like you for no good reason. You'd probably have to.
Spare me the drivel. Tell me what I have to do to join you.
Okay. Then pay attention. The job of the provisions master is hell, let me tell you. Managing all the crates and sacks in this place is bad enough. But every time I spend an evening in Cardiff's tavern, someone busies himself with the crates here, and when I come back the next morning, something is missing. Strangely enough, the paladins never see anything. I'm going crazy. I can't spend the entire night standing around here like an idiot. You, on the other hand...
I get it. I'm supposed to keep watch here while you hang around in the tavern.
Take it or leave it.
I'll watch over your provisions crates tonight.
Sweet. Good. Then come back tonight and keep an eye on the stuff here. In the meantime, I'll be in Cardiff's tavern.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion.
All the crates still there?
Go ahead and laugh at me. You stand on the pier all day and try to watch over all the chaos. The paladins drag so much rubbish along that it isn't funny.
Can you sell me any of the paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the paladins' things wandering off, then we might be able to do business.
Does that happen often? Things going astray?
As long as the provisions master says that everything is right, no.
I see.
I have my own opinion about that.
Hey, you! You're a fisherman?
Now, how did you ever guess that? Can't you simply leave me alone? Don't take it personally, but I haven't been too happy lately. It's that militia.
Trouble with the militia?
Those bastards keep coming here and taking whatever they want. Last week, they made off with my entire catch. It's for a good cause, they said. I know that everybody's got to fend for himself since the farmers have stopped trading. And, of course, sometimes people just go hungry. Small wonder that they're snatching the fish from right under my nose. But if they keep doing this, I won't even have enough to feed myself.
Maybe I can help you.
I don't know. I suppose you'd have to know somebody from the militia who has connections to the paladins. The paladins will hardly buy the fish from me.
I shall see what I can do. Can you tell me something about the missing people?
My friend William started hanging out with a bunch of shady characters. And where did it get him? One day he simply didn't show up for work. And that's the last we saw of him.
Your buddy William has disappeared?
So he has. He's a fisherman, but a little too big for his boots, I should add. He should have stayed well away from that bunch.
What bastards would those be?
I don't know who they are or what their business is here in Corinthus. I only know the place where they met up with William. I just happened to see William there when I was fishing in the bay.
When did you last see him?
Only a few days ago.
Maybe he just went out to sea to fish.
That's not very likely. His boat is still moored in the harbor.
What's he been up to?
William had some shady dealings with those crooks. I think it was all about contraband that he sold to the bastards.
Where exactly is that meeting place?
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here. You can only reach it by boat or swim. There's a beach there, and a small fishing camp. That's where I saw them.
He'll surface again.
I don't think so. He's been gone for too long already. I'm afraid that I'll be dragging his body from the sea at some point.
I think I've heard enough.
Spare yourself the effort. I don't believe you'll find him.
So, how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times. Too little to live on, too much to die.
Hey, you! Theron the fisherman has problems with the militia. The boys are constantly stealing from him.
And what do I have to do with it?
You have a certain amount of influence up here with the paladins. Theron needs your protection. He's willing to give you a part of his catch for it.
I see what you mean. Fish. As if I didn't have enough crap to deal with. Tell your pal he should come to me and tell me exactly what's up with the militia. I'll take care of it.
Hey, you! I know how to resolve your trouble with the militia.
And how would that be?
Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, wants to hear your story about the militia and the fish.
And you think he can make the militia leave me alone?
At least, that's what he said.
Great. Thank you. I cannot give you much, but wait. I found this strange blue stone on one of the islands off the coast of Corinthus. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but someone like you will certainly find a use for it.
I can't believe it.
No idea. You tell me. Only Enos decides what's right or wrong.
I agree with you completely.
Worse.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
He thinks this is
Don't
easy
tell
as
me
that.
that. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
You listen to the wrong people.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Who said that?
I can't help it.
I used to say that myself.
There's nothing you can do about it. I never knew that.
Don't say you didn't know that. I can't believe that.
Will it ever change?
How about your approval, Master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Enos?
Yes, I did.
Then you shall have my blessing as well. No matter what path you decide to take pride in doing a good job, my boy.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Hey,
What do you want?
I've got the orc weapon you wanted.
Show me. It's been a while since I've had a weapon like this in my hands. I was a soldier back in the Orc War. Those were tough times, I can tell you. I didn't think you could do it. I'm impressed.
Can I sign on as an apprentice with a different master?
You're a good man. I'll give you my approval. Brian will still be here for a while. and a strong lad to take his place will turn up in time.
About the plants. If you cannot handle that by yourself, you won't be any good as an alchemist either.
I've got all the plants I was supposed to bring you.
What? You're pulling my leg, right? By Adanos. It's all there, all right. Who knows? Maybe someday you could make a decent alchemist after all.
I want to sign up with one of the other masters.
You have come to ask my approval? As far as I'm concerned, you can sign up with whoever you like.
Hey, you! Teach me how to sneak around.
All right. So, first, you have to make sure that you shift your weight properly. To achieve that, bend your knees and always put your foot down heel first. Make sure that you always keep your weight on the foot you're standing on until you've got your other foot securely placed. Most creatures you can't sneak up on unless they're sleeping. The beasts just smell you. So always pay close attention when you're out there.
Hey,
Let's go hunting.
All right, follow me. Outside the south gate is a wood where we should find more than enough critters. Probably more than we'd like.
Released the land, and there arose all creatures, trees as well as animals, wolves as well as sheep.
Hey, you, wait.
Last
You
of
look
all
familiar to me.
arose
What do you want?
a
I've
human.
seen your face before somewhere,
Adanos was
right?
pleased with what had arisen. He
Here,
delighted
we
in
found
all
this
the
picture on
beauty
some
of the
bandits
wood.
we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you.
But so great
Apparently,
was the
those
wrath
guys
of
were looking
Beliar
for you.
that he came across the land and chose the beast.
No, you've got to be
Beliar
mistaken.
spoke
Everything's
to it,
fine with me.
And the beast
Whatever you say,
became
stranger.
his subject.
But if that happens to be your mug after all, and if you have some problems, keep them outside of this town.
So that it might
Things are difficult
destroy
enough
the
here as it
land.
is. And strangers who bring trouble into the city don't stay here long.
But Enos
I hope I make
knew
myself
what Beliar
clear.
had done, and he also bestrode the land and chose the human. And Enos spoke to him, and the human.
You don't say. Honestly.
Nothing there.